All righty. Well, tonight is going to be a different night. Tonight is going to be a fun night. I've always wanted to do this because I've spent so much time building these Lego ships. And I've cleaned out the room. I cleaned out the room where where all my Legos are, and I thought I would give you a history of my Lego ships. And I'll show you all the Lego ships first. Kind of just going to give you an overview of which is the oldest to the newest. Okay, so I'll just give you the oldest to the newest Lego ship. So the oldest Lego, or the first one that I've made, I don't have anymore because I refitted this one. I redid the old one, and I completely. This is called the Valley Forge. And this was the first Lego ship that I'm going to go through my history of where this all came and how that America, or the world came out with the Valley Forge class ships. Okay. The second one that I built was this one right here. I built this in 2001. This is a little longer. And this, I think, is called the Theodore Roosevelt. I'm pretty sure that this is the Theodore Roosevelt. A little larger ship. Okay. Then I built this one right here, which is the Ticonderoga. That's the Ticonderoga. Then I built the Iowa. This is the Iowa right here. I just refitted the Iowa. This right here. This is a attack frigate. And then this is this ship right here. Just to give you the scale, this is the small version. This is the small version of that ship right there. That's the small version, because the small version attaches to the I can't remember what the name of this is. This basically connects to here. This is a small frigate that would attach to the main ship. Okay, it basically, hold on. It basically connects to the mothership. And I can't remember the name. I'll have these next week. But this is the longest one. It's about 9 feet long. I'd like to get an AI version of this. I think these are the neatest ship designs, personally, in my opinion. And then that was the latest one. And then I built the double directional. This was one of my most unique one. This one basically can go, it has your engine pods on both sides. It can pivot. It can basically go any direction at any time. It's got inertial dampers, and it's fully battled. It's got guns aft and forward. It's just an awesome. And then the last one that I've ever built was the King Cobra. This thing's a dual hull. It's got a dual hull, and this thing is just mammoth. I wanted to go really high on the superstructure. I mean, the thing is just a beast. And that is the largest one, and I can't remember what I named that. But anyway, so these are all the ships. And this one here, it had fallen apart. It had kind of broken to pieces. And so I was basically working on it last night. And I'm going to kind of go over all the whole of the ship with you. I'm just doing this for fun of it. I'm just having fun tonight. I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a live stream. I know you guys like to watch these, and so I just thought I would do a live stream, and it might be an hour, it might be a half hour. Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so let me kind of go over the ship with you so you guys can understand how this all got to be. This is all a short story, or a story that I invented in my head. It's kind of like a sci-fi story. And this is the Valley Forge. This is the main ship of the story. And basically, you got the ship right here. This is the main hull. You've got your this is your flight bridge right here. The flight bridge is this is where all your navigation is right here. That's your flight bridge. This is a navigation bridge. Okay. This is a weapons bridge, and then this is the captain's bridge all the way up here. So the captain basically is up in this bridge right here. And so there's basically 4 bridges on this ship. The thing is almost 2 miles long. It's absolutely mammoth. This thing is a beast of a ship, and it basically the main armament of this is called the plasma guns. And you're asking, what do you mean plasma? Well, antimatter, actually. It's basically antimatter. It's got a shield system on it. It's basically indestructible in a sense. And so the story goes, the story that I invented, or that I thought up, was basically, it all goes back to 1976. I think that's when we launched Voyager. Did we launch Voyager in 76 or 78? Let's see, when did we launch Voyager? Let's see if somebody knows. Does anybody know when we launched Voyager? Does anybody know when we launched Voyager? So I basically have about $30,000 worth of Legos built in here over the last 20 years, 25 years. The first one I started building was in 1978, or I'm sorry, 2001. So basically the story is the Voyager is basically on a long, and this is 20 years from now, it's finally in the outer galaxy, and this alien race called the Hive, they're a destructive society, and they basically look for planets to destroy them. Now, I came up with this story nearly 25 years ago, just so you know. I did not take this from anybody else. This is all my story. And so this Hive basically, basically, I did even further behind that. I think back in 1999 is when I first started to think of the idea. And so the Hive basically captures the Voyager. But whenever the Hive goes out into the solar system, there is another alien race out there called the Argonians. And the Argonians are always following the Hive in case they come across a civilization that doesn't know what's going to be happening, like an alien invasion. And so the Argonians, they basically send this ship, a prototype of this ship. that they designed, and they send it to Earth. And they have to send it in a super speed, which they can't put any humans on it or any aliens. It has to be all filled with droids or with androids. And it basically travels to space in 10 years, and it does it in less than a year. So Earth has about 10 years to prepare before the Hive Empire shows up. And so the world basically builds a fleet of 10 of these, okay? They build one for just about every country. The USS Russia, the USS European, or Euro, the USS Great Britain, America, so there's a fleet of these things. And one of them is called the USS Valley Forge. And so the Hive, or the Argonians, know the Hive is coming, okay? And they basically have 10 years to build these ships. And so when they get all these ships built, they know the Hive is going to be coming out of their deep space travel near Mars. And so what they do is they send all these ships, because they don't know, the Hive does not know that the Argonians got here before they did. So they think, the Argonians think, or the Hive thinks, well, we're going to have this, we're going to be able to destroy this whole society really quick. This is going to be a quick battle. And 1960, I thought 1975. And so they send all the ships behind Mars except for the Valley Forge. The Valley Forge is going to be the duck, the sitting duck. It's going to be the sacrificial lamb, and it's going to be basically right out in the open. But all the other ships are going to be on the other side of Mars, so that when they come out of hyperdrive, that all they're going to see is the Valley Forge, and they're going to think, oh, this is going to be an easy battle, because the Argonians have kept the Hive at bay at every pay. Wherever they go, they usually keep them at bay. Only civilizations that they don't know about, or they get to them before, do they destroy. And so the battle ensues, which is really, so if I ever made this into a movie, the real excitement would be watching this ship is basically taking all the hits from the Hive ship. All the Hives and all little drones are attacking all of its anti-aircraft, anti-airspace. All these little anti-airspace guns. All these little things start shooting. These fire. Everything is going. Well, the Valley Forge can't survive all by itself, and so right in the middle, they have to commit, because the mother Hive ship has to commit completely to the Valley Forge. And right as they commit to the battle, all of a sudden Earth's fleet starts to come out of hiding behind Mars. A huge row of battleships, just like this, a huge row of them, all 10 of them come out. And they create a huge line, all firing. And I can imagine this, with the if you're doing this in CGI or however you do the models and everything, you have all 10 lined up, and you start from the furthest, and you just move the camera across, showing all the detail, all the ships. And they all fire at the same time. All their guns turn starboard or port, whatever direction. And they all fire at one time. They all fire at one time right at the Hive ship. And they totally obliterate the Hive ship. Totally obliterate it. And they have the Valley Forge as the last surviving ship that takes the hits. And unfortunately, the Valley Forge is destroyed, because the captain basically rams just takes the bow of the ship and rams it directly right into the Hive ship, the mother Hive ship. he just takes it and rotates it like this, and just starts going right after the hive ship, the mothership. Just literally goes right at it, right at it. And I've always been fascinated with our battleships. I've always fascinated with Japanese conning towers, their bridges, their flying bridges. And so in all my ships have huge flying bridges, especially the gargantuan right there. That's my favorite. But these are all custom built. They're all in my head. I usually draw a drawing of these things before I start building them with Legos. None of these Lego ships right here, just so you know, none of these Lego ships, as you can see here, none of these Lego ships are glued together. None of them are glued together. They're all, this is the big one. And I can't remember the name of it. Honestly, I can't remember the name. I know the Ticonderoga, the Valley Forge, the Theodore Roosevelt. I know Ticonderoga, the Valley Forge. Teddy Roosevelt. I'm pretty sure that one's the Teddy. And then this is the Teddy Roosevelt right here. That one right there is Ticonderoga. That one right there is Ticonderoga. And then this one right here, I can't remember if that's the Winston Churchill. I did name one after the British, the Winston Churchill. Or are they all American? I know they're either American names or American battles. And I can't remember what I named that one. They're all got names. They are heavy, but none of them are glued together. They're all just hanging from the ceiling with picture wire. This is the wrong iPad because this has terrible graphics. I'm trying to think what these two are called. I know I've got the Valley Forge, or the Valley Forge. I got the Ticonderoga. I got the Theodore Roosevelt. Maybe that's the Abraham Lincoln. Oh, the George, wait a minute. Which one was the George Washington? I had a sheet that had all the names on them. I thought I had Bunker Hill. That's the Bunker Hill. That's right. That one right there, the big one, is the Bunker Hill. Okay, so we have the Teddy Roosevelt, the Ticonderoga, the Bunker Hill. Now, what did I call that one right there? That's the biggest one right there. The biggest one right there. That thing is just mammoth. Okay, what did I call that one? Okay, Bunker Hill. Okay, got Ticonderoga, and then Bunker Hill. And what was the last battle of the American Revolutionary War? You got Bunker Hill. Was that the last battle of the Civil American War? Yorktown. Yorktown. That's right, the Yorktown. Wait a minute, which one's the Yorktown? Oh shoot, which one was that? I think that one's the Yorktown right there. I think that's the Yorktown, and then this one right here, what did I name that one? I don't remember what I named it. But you're right, that's the Yorktown, that's the Teddy Roosevelt, that's Ticonderoga. I better write these down. so I don't forget them again next time. Let me write these down here. Let me write all these down. So we have the Yorktown, and that's the double direction. And then I have the Teddy Roosevelt. And that's the first one. All right, well, that seat just keeps going lower and lower and lower. Teddy Roosevelt, first ship. Then the next one is the Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill. That's the Ticonderoga. The Bunker is the 9-foot. Then you have the Ticonderoga, which has the that's the small U front. So the only one that I don't have a name on is the big one right there. I know I have the name for it, I just can't remember what I called it. Hello, Chris Van Dyke. Are those sailing Lego ships? They're not sailing, they're spaceships. These are called spaceships. These are super spaceships. You got a flying bridge. You got 4 flying bridges. Okay. You got 4 flying bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are antimatter cannons. And they basically shoot an antimatter shell. And what happens is when that antimatter shell explodes, it basically reduces everything to its submolecular structure. It's literally, it just basically erases the object. It's no longer there anymore. And the ship has what you call antimatter shield, so that if anything hits the shield, it immediately, same thing as their antimatter shells. It's all antimatter. Everything is antimatter. The whole ship is antimatter. It's virtually in. I've always thought that the most powerful element on Earth or within our galaxy is an atom. And how much power is in an atom? Okay, how do you harness the atom from the submolecular aspect? How do you harness that energy? And that's what these ships do. They harness the submolecular structure. And these things are just mammoth. They're my favorite thing that I've built. The only problem is keeping them clean. Is you got to dust them off. They collect dust like crazy. I mean, no smaller ones in the corner. No, oh yeah, those are all sailing. Those are all Lego ships. I've got more here. I'll show you what I've got in my shed here. I'll try to give you guys a good tour. So these are all sailing ships that I've collected over the years. This is all for sale, okay? Some of these, the original Legos, like that Lego right there, that one right there is an original. It's probably worth about $300. And then we have, I have all of these Lego ships in here that I have. These are all Japanese knockoffs right there. A couple of these are Japanese. These are original. That's an original Lego from the Lego movie. And then these are the Victorian age Lego. These were $5.99 when they came out. And this is a small Lego ship. And then this is all my miscellaneous Lego table. This is stuff that I'm working on right now. I'm working on this ship right here. I just wanted to do this video just for the fun of it. You know, you guys like to watch this stuff. So I just thought I would indulge you guys. I'm kind of working on this right now. This is what I'm working on, this little I'm working on the flying bridge of this one. You see the flying bridge? Because this thing had fallen, and this one had fallen, and this one had all got broken up, so I had to redo this. This is a nice one. I like this one. This one's a real pretty one. It's a lot of fun. Now this is a frigate, okay? This is about the size of an average U.S. battleship, okay? Of a U.S. battleship in real life. And it's been sitting a long time, so you got to dust these things off. So that ship is there. And then this one right here, I'm just trying to finish. This had landing legs on it. I've got to find the landing legs. This normally, see, this is one of the front landing leg. This normally will land like this. It would land like this. I've got to find all the parts to it. Right now I'm working on the bridge. See, this is going to be the flying bridge right here. But I got to find out where this flying bridge came from. Because I don't know where this came from. This basically came from one of my ships, and I got to find out where it came from. Did it fall off of my big ship? I don't think it fell off my big ship because those all have the flying bridges on. These are basically basic radar, sonar, deep space, quantum connecting. These are extra turrets that have fallen off some of my ships, and I got to find out where they go to. And this right here is a flying bridge from something. And I don't know if it's not on this one here. See, now I was thinking of putting it right here. And going up higher. That looks kind of cool. Because then I can make a large radar scope. Put that right here. See, that looks good there. I have thousands of parts. Thousands of parts. It takes anywhere from 4 to 6, about 3 months. To build the big one, it took me about 3 months. The first thing I have to lay out is the hull. And I usually take these long bricks like this. These are 2x8s. 2x6s. And I usually lay them out like this. And then that will be my keel. This starts to be my keel right here. They all have a keel on them, okay? And so I start them with the keel, and then I just keep adding to them. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. I do like the way that looks. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll take this off. Come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding. And so it's finding the right piece. Well, Frankie is going to be going into school. We're going to send him to school. He's going to be in, it's called life skills class. He's going to learn life skills, like how to take care of a book. This is what they did in all schools. He's going to learn how to do a checking account, how to pay bills. He's going to learn finances, how to take money, cash money. Basically, he's going to learn life skills. Do you need a keel in space? Yes, you do. Matter of fact, you know, and I don't like the series. I never liked it. I didn't like how they changed Starbuck to a girl. Starbuck should have been a girl, and they had a girl pilot in the original series. I don't know why they just didn't make her a girl, but because of all this wokeness, they had to turn Starbuck into a girl. So I didn't like the Battlestar Galactica series, but at the end of the series, Battlestar Galactica went its final jump, and it broke its keel. And when you see it jumping into Earth or into our solar system, you see the Battlestar. It breaks its back. It breaks the keel, and you need that. No matter how big you are, you need a keel to give the ship its sturdiness. And now on real ships, your keel is what gives you your structure. Now nowadays with a lot of ships, you don't necessarily have a keel. You basically have bulkheads. They're all welded together that basically give you your keel. But that's basically that in a nutshell. If you didn't know that by now. Okay, Bryan needs a little break. This is good for him. Nothing wrong with having a little fun. Legos have gotten out of price. Legos are out of price completely. You can't even buy Lego. I haven't bought a new Lego in I haven't bought a new Lego set in, I think, a year or two. So this is the flying, not the bridge, but it's a flying. This is where all your navigation, your radar, your sonar, your deep space monitoring. It's where you get all your communications sent to. So David and Frankie are both going to schools. David will be going to school. Frankie is going into life classes to teach him how to be a boy. Because I think Jessie was getting upset with us that we weren't sending him to school. And she didn't understand that. I was trying to tell her that, certain kids just can't handle school. All right, so we got that. What I try to do is I get all the pieces that I might need by digging through the Lego thing here. I try to find all the pieces that I might need to do what I want to do, if I do it. Okay, I think that's enough. I wanted to put another flying bridge. I wanted to put one back here, but a lot of the guns have come off of this. I built this basically 25 years ago, back almost, I think I built this in 1999 or 2001. A lot of them I built in 2001. A lot of the ships were built, or the keels were laid, and they were built in 1999 or 2001. One of those 2 days. Now I need little pieces. What's really cool is all you have to do is just put pieces anywhere you want, which adds to the look of the ship. Just little pieces anywhere, and it adds to the detail of the ship. Just little things. Now I need to find. Now these are good pieces to put right here. Okay, now wait a minute here. Well, come on. Oh, hey, if you guys, if you want to watch a good movie, it was made in 1943. It's on YouTube, free. It's called Destroyer with Edwin G. Robinson and Glenn Ford. It's just a typical World War II movie. Really good, too. It was really well made for the time. You know, it was a war movie. It was a pep talk of, all right, this thing needs to have a balance to it because this thing's not staying together. Alrighty, now let's see. Oh, you gotta be kidding. See, these turrets won't stay on because I gotta make the landing gear for this. Unless I put this like this, but that's not fixed right. I don't like this, it's too narrow. I'm gonna have to widen this piece right here. I don't like this. I haven't liked it since I redid it. Now I need, this is where it gets kind of fun when you're building and all that. You got to try to find the right piece. It's basically searching all the Legos. There we go. And one thing nice about Legos is that they usually stay together permanently. All right, let's see what the questions are. What would be the size of those 3-inch guns? No, they're not. They're even bigger than that. These things are huge. Some of them are the size of a, like for example, my big ships over there. Those guns are so big, they're almost the size of a like a 747. That's how around they are, because they shoot high energy plasma. That's how big they are. They're mammoth. Okay, now what we do is we go up. I don't think I like this. This is the fun part. You just have to try to find the right piece. Yeah, that looks better. See how that looks better? How it goes up closer toward the top. Now what I'll do is I'll put a base plate under this. And then we'll put some single pieces here across the bottom of it. Now, finding the right piece is always the difficult part. Because you got to find the right type of, there we go. And then I'll put a short 3-piece or 4 3-piece. Always try to find the right piece. There we go. Oh, I just need a 2-piece. This is a perfect one right here. Okay, so that's our base CI. Now you always want to try to make it equal. You want to always try to make whatever you're building has the same pieces on the one side on the other. You see how I got the same pieces? So when I put it on here, okay, we're moving all the way up. I won't be able to use these. Now, I don't know why that's not going together. come on. Well, it doesn't want to go. Oh, that's right. These won't be able to go there. Oh, come on. Oh, well, at least it's still together. So Arbuckle is watching. These are my spaceships, Arbuckle. The architect of World War II Liberty and Victory ships. That's right, Arbuckle. You better believe it, baby. Nice winter hobby. That's right, Kaiser. That's right. Jay, that man was a brilliant man. Holy moly, the way he was able to build Liberty ships, oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Save the war. Save the war. Kaiser did. If you didn't have a guy like that could build a Liberty ship in less than 2 days, miracle. For some reason, this just doesn't want to fit on. I don't know why. It just doesn't want to. Oh my gosh. Come on. Well, I know what the problem is, but I didn't want to do this, but I guess I'm going to have to. See, for some reason, that is not going together. Give me a break. There we go. Hey, I like that a lot better. See how that all kind of flows together? This is all this is all sonar, radar. Arbuckle. We only have 9 people watching tonight. We had a great show today. If you haven't watched the show today, watch the show today. It's quite enlightening in more ways than one. Oh my gosh, that's too much fun. Don't blame me. It was a good show, though. Kind of fun. We got a good show tomorrow. I'm gonna have my Arbuckle breakfast. My wife's all mad at me because I'm doing the Arbuckle breakfast, and she's mad at me because I'm constantly talking about the Arbuckle breakfast. I tell you, I never can win with my wife. Oh my gosh, she is so funny. So the Arbuckle breakfast, my wife doesn't like. So I don't know what. Bryan is playing Henry J. Kaiser Jr. Bryan. Hey, Bryan, how are you doing, buddy? I'm doing great. Of course, the show's almost over. We're doing an hour show. I'm building all these Lego. I'm redoing all my Lego ships. I'll give you a tour of all the ships one more time. I finally figured out all their names, so I can tell you what all their names are. This is the USS Iowa. This is the USS Iowa right here. Give you a view of that one. That's the USS Iowa. This baby right here, okay, this is more or less a Corvette, okay? So that Corvette, let me give you the, so think of that Corvette, that size right there, that's about 2 feet long, okay? That, just to show you how scale this is the same ship, this is the same Corvette right there compared to the what do we call it? The Bunker Hill? What do we call that one? The Bunker Hill, yeah. That's the Bunker Hill. That's the Ticonderoga. That's the Ticonderoga. This is the Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, basically. Teddy, baby. Teddy Roosevelt. This is the Yorktown. That's the Yorktown. I can't remember what this one is. That's the Teddy Roosevelt. Bunker Hill, the Ticonderoga. That's the Ticonderoga. That's the Yorktown. No, that's the Yorktown right over there. This is the Valley Forge. I got basically 9 of these Lego ships, okay, just so you know. If somebody wants to take a picture, I'm going to do some really nice pictures. If somebody could send these to AI and see if AI could do me some drawings. Let me just take some stills here. Let me go over to this one. Okay, let me do a still of this one. This thing is so big I can't even get it in the camera. Then we've got the Theodore Roosevelt. Someone can get me an AI version of that, see how that would look. This thing is huge. I remember building this too. I think I was building this in 2001. This took me so many Legos. I mean, it literally, the interior of this thing, this is all solid Legos inside there. There's hardly any space. And then this is a flight deck right here. This is the flight deck right here. That's the flight deck where you can land inside the ship. I don't even think there's a ship in there. Oh, there is a ship in there. That's right, I put a ship in here. Oh, dang it. Yeah, right here. Here's the little spaceship that flies in there. Come on. So this is the hangar, okay? And of course I can't get that ship out of there. The ship right inside there. You see that ship right there? That's the hangar. So you land all your craft inside this. And this, look at the size of these turrets. These turrets, just so you know, the size of these turrets is basically the size of a cruiser, or almost the size of a battleship. That's how big this thing is. This thing is monstrous, okay? And this thing, holy moly. I wouldn't want to go up against this thing, man. It's got aft guns. It's got rear guns here. It's got missile silos right here, okay? It's got all of these port, starboard, rear guns. It has all these underguns, the belly guns. These things are massive antimatter. Antimatter shells. They shoot antimatter shells. Look at this thing. I know I do need to start a new one. I might too. I got to go through all my Legos and sort them. Check this thing out. Look at how big this bridge is. That's the navigation bridge. That's the battle bridge, and that's the command bridge, and that's the captain's bridge all the way on top. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bridges. Look at that. Would you want to be? Look at the size of that thing. Look at it. Dun 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 dun. Well, I hope you enjoyed the movie tonight. This is my favorite of all. This is my double-hulled ship. It can go either direction. The engine pods are mounted on both sides, so it can basically do a 320 turn in any direction at any axis. This thing was a genius idea. So you've got all your turrets in front, and you got all your turrets in back. This is called, and this has got a wraparound bridge, so it really goes all the way around. You got your wraparound bridge, and then your captain's bridge, your battle bridge, your navigation, and then I think there was a flight bridge. No, this doesn't have the flight bridge because it's right there. The flight bridge is right there. But that's it, guys. These are all my Lego ships. This is the upstairs. We're going to be putting, I have Nate. Nate is going to be building me 2 8-foot tables that we're going to put right here. The 2 8-foot tables are going to go right here. And we are going to put our Carrera layout. And then these other 2 tables we're going to use for the SCX Advanced system. And this is a game called Dystopian Wars. I was trying to teach the boys how to play it, but I don't think they want to play games. So, and so this is basically the gaming room. This is the ultimate layout. This is a sweet layout. You know that? I go all the way around and it stops right here. Well, it's really kind of funny that I built this basically about 5 months ago. I think I started it in March, if I'm not mistaken, March, April, May. And it's all done. It's really quite an amazing. I want to do another one of these in the fall, another winter project. So we're going to start another one of these in the winter time, and it's going to be. I don't know what kind of layout I want to do. I'd like to do. I don't know. I haven't really decided. But with all the trees on it, really looks sweet. Doesn't it look sweet, guys? I just love this. I just love this. This just looks so nice. It just gives you that sense of slot cars. You know, you could race on this all day long. You know, you could just pretend like you're sitting out on your porch and you get your car in, pretend you're a little guy and you're driving around the track and everything. Well, guys, I want to thank you for watching my live stream tonight. Thank you for supporting ProtinkerToys. Now, all of a sudden, it freezes. I can't use this iPad. It does not do good with cameras. You cannot change the camera on this thing. Now, why does this do this? I don't know why it does it. Apple. Sometimes Apple just is junk. I can't get it to switch for some reason. I can't switch the camera. And that's because I think this is an old... And it won't allow me to switch the camera. So I don't know what to do. Unbelievable. Well, guys, I can't change the camera for some reason. I'll just have to... Why is this doing this? Why is this doing this? I don't know why the camera's not on. You know, it really kind of upsets me. And I think I'm not going to use this anymore for live streams. All right, see you guys.